Hey gang, it is Seth Apter. I am here at Art on Paper NYC. It is my second year exhibiting here, and I am giving you an inside peek to the show because it hasn't opened yet on this third day. In about 45 minutes, the doors will open. Right now, it's pretty quiet. We can see everything without worrying about the crowds. If you are watching this right away, it is now September 6th, and the show is running through the end of tomorrow. It is amazing here. It's in Manhattan. It's a wonderful show. It's on the East River, on the east side, between the Manhattan and Brooklyn bridges at Pier 36. So look it up. I want to take you around, and I want to share and show you what this show is all about. Okay, to give you a sense of the place, this is the front entrance behind this desk here. And the majority of the fair is in 3 long aisles. Down here, I'm going to take you through all those aisles quickly in just a moment. And then in the very front of the fair is Booksmart. Booksmart is the area where I'm exhibiting. It is run by the Center for Book Arts, and it is all things book arts. So there are individual artists, there are different artist communities, and there are different book presses here. And it's just a wonder to be surrounded by so many people who know, understand, and are expressing their creativity through the making of books. So as I said earlier, the show is going to be pretty empty as I take you through, because it is not open yet to the public. It's another 45 minutes. So I just want to share and show you at the very start the area that I am. That's my table. You might recognize my work if you know me. I am really excited to again be here for the second year in a row, showcasing my work. And there is another YouTube video available to you. I will put the links down below so that you can see a walkthrough of each of these individual pieces of art that I am exhibiting. This year I even have a shelf, which makes me a very, very happy camper. There is such amazing work here, and it is so varied. During the day, throughout, they have a number of different sessions in this corner, little workshops and some talks and some book reviews. There's a whole nother section of artists in this area for Booksmart, which includes some people who were also here last year with me. And as you can see, there's a lot of zines, there's a lot of book presses. There are less individual artists who are working with one-of-a-kind books, but there are a few, and they are great to see. But everybody's work is interesting and really high quality. This is a really interesting booth here as well. This is Houston Press, and they do a number of different activities throughout the fair, which are really exciting because people can do printing and just experience what it's like to work on paper. So we got 3 long rows. I'm going to stop only at a few booths. It's just so interesting to see. There are certain areas here that have these special exhibits that are less about selling and more about fostering just some interesting communication. I love this booth. The artwork here is just awesome, and there's some missing, so I see some red dots. I see a lot of red dots. This is a good thing. Phenomenal. The artwork here is very varied. It's all works on paper, theoretically. In fact, if you look very closely, you will see some that aren't on paper. This is the Tolman collection. Allison Tolman is a good friend of mine, and she brings contemporary Japanese prints to the table. I've had a chance to walk the show briefly every morning before it begins because I got work to do here. And as much as I would love to be an attendee, because it really is an exciting show. Dave Eggers. as much as I would like to be an attendee, I am beyond thrilled that I get to exhibit here. It's really a dream come true. All right. If I were doing this live and one of you said, wait a minute, stop, I want to see that piece close up, I'd be able to show you, but sadly, I am not doing it live. I love these pieces. As well, they are signs of the zodiac. They are prints. Colors are incredible, but what's happening is that there is silver and gold work individually hand added to each piece. They're 24 karat gold and silver leaf, but they are just spectacularly beautiful. Oh yeah, I was here earlier too. I love this booth right here. I just think these collages, first of all, they're epic in scale. You know, there's no human being next to it, so you don't get a sense, but here's my hand, so that gives you an idea. But when you zoom in close, look at this phenomenal collage and mixed media work. I just think the surface is stunning. Here's the artist. Look at this, just look at this. All right, and the second piece also just so phenomenal. You know, until you get close up, you just don't see the level of detail with all the collage work. Just so good. Love these two. Great scratches, great texture. Check this out. And even with the shine of the glass, you can see that. Beautiful. All right, let's keep going. Insert music in this section. These are fascinating right here. Check this out, New York City. Can't quite capture this on video, but this is oh so 3D. There's a QR code. I don't know if it'll work from the video, but someone also told me that if you look down in the mirror below, not only do you see me, but you get to see something. Not quite sure. Maybe you just get to see me filming. So just really fascinating work. Again, works on paper, and some works not on paper. I remember that from last year as well. All right, so I've been using a lot of bark paper, and there's an artist here who does as well. Just loving the layers of this and some of their work, a little bit more color layered up here. This is from love that. All right, we're gonna move on. That's the first aisle. There's art everywhere, really, as there should be at an art fair. It's interesting to try to see if there's any particular theme. You know, as I walk through, it's always so quickly, nothing grabbed me in the sense of this seems to be the zeitgeist, that there seems to be something that is a thematic thread that goes through. I just haven't noted that, but it'd be interesting in the comments if any of you notice through the walks anything in particular that you might see that strikes you as being kind of a through line for the fair. There are some books in some of the other galleries that are separate from the Book Arts Fair, and that is always amazing to see. There's two here. Quite beautiful. Look at the edges of that book. Really spectacular. Don't see the placard for that, so I can't show you the artist. Trying not to make you all dizzy. And I'm saying y'all rather than you guys. I think having taught in Georgia just a week ago or so, a week and a half ago, I seem to have brought in some southern drawl to my New York City coffee accent. Oh, I thought these were really kind of cute and clever. Oh, I don't know, cute's not the right word. You know, when people describe my art as cute, I'm not so happy about that, but I know there was something that just brought a smile to my face of these. There's some degree of political art, putting the word political in a set of air quotes, perhaps less than I expected. There's a lot of art, I think, that brings in texture and color, which makes me a very happy camper. I noticed these yesterday. These are colored pencil on paper, and I thought that was mighty impressive. Quite beautiful, especially when you think about these shadows. They're not being made by lights, that is being made by the pencil. Quite beautiful. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite galleries in NYC. I love the collection of artists that are shown here, and in particular, one of my favorite that I see here every year is Susanna Bauer. You guys might be familiar with her work. How she does this cotton thread on leaves. I mean, actual leaves. They are so delicate and yet so strong at the same time. And every time I see them, her new work, she twists it a little bit, but it is just, that's an oak leaf. It is just so beyond spectacular. I mean, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll cross paths with her, but I don't know how anyone has the patience. It's just extraordinary. You see that I'm lingering. And again, I don't know that the QR codes will work if you try to capture them over a video, but you can get a PDF of her work right there. Let me know in the comments if that works. Some other great textual art in this booth as well. How gorgeous is that? It's sculpted cardboard and gold leaves. Look at that one too. Quite gorgeous. Cardboard, that's paper. Alright, this is kind of meta. Somebody here photographing their booth, and I'm photographing him photographing his booth. Alright, I think we have... Oh yeah, this is the work of Mark Wagner. I've known of him for quite a long time. He's been exhibiting in New York City for many years. Really spectacular. It is money. It is a collage of money cut up and reassembled, and the statements that are made in these collages are quite spectacular. But from far away, would you know that's money? I mean, you know, it's money on several facets. It's money because it's like fire, but it's money. And I think these are being sold, these packs, at $40 a pack. And then just to show you some of the other work he's done, that's been done in the booth, not by him, but in keeping with this whole notion of money. Look at this, just incredible. Oh, really quite amazing. Okay, all right, we gotta move along. This is from Pace Gallery. It's the Gallery of Fake Plants. It's actually very calm and meditative in this booth. You know, they've painted it. It's not exactly a booth in the same sense. It's more of an art display, one of the special exhibits that are here. But it's just so quiet right here now. It's a very big space, and once the attendees come in, it gets quite loud. All right, let's see. Did I do this yet? No. So actually, there's 2 more rows. So again, without making anybody too dizzy, I'm going to try to do this relatively quickly, both because I'd like to keep this video under 20 minutes, so maybe there'll actually be a person who watches the whole thing, but also because I need to get back to my booth because the show will be opening soon. This is, by the way, Armory Week in New York City. During the summer, many of the galleries do not show major exhibits, and there are no art fairs here. So the first week, usually right around Labor Day, right after Labor Day, becomes quite the scene in New York City for art. So the major show is the Armory show. It's a massive show in the Javits Convention Center, but there are many, I don't know, maybe 8, 9, or 10 satellite fairs that are held in New York City. One of them in Chelsea is actually in a series of U-Haul containers parked on the street, and everybody gets their U-Haul. Now the artist here, this is Nicholas Sanchez. He's the gent in the hat. I'm gonna see if I can just go ahead and film and see if he doesn't mind if I take a pic. Do you mind if I do a little video from here? Thank you. So this is sensationally spectacular and just speaks to me. These are all sketchbooks, and everything is done in color, ballpoint pen, and I absolutely adore how he managed to show these so well from the perspective of being able to see the page, but at the same time they're completely protected. But I just find these just extraordinary. Take a look at this. This is called the refraction. Again, ballpoint pen. So hats off. And you know, I usually wear my hat and props for this. Just sensational. It's also wonderful to see this type of art in the main area within the fair, that in this case these books are being highlighted, these journals are being highlighted, rather than everything in the main section of the fair being wall art, so to speak. So just the more people who see work like this and the form of books, sketchbooks, look at that. Just so good for all of us. Thank you. All right, we got our last row. And okay, so we're not going to make it in 20 minutes. You know me. It's rare that I keep within the limits, but it won't be that much over. Again, it's so nice and quiet here before the show starts. There's some sort of really sense of quiet and peace. And I love just love doing these shows, and especially in New York City because I'm home. I can just go home every night, and there's something really nice about that, not having to deal with the travel, not having to deal with figuring out how I'm going to ship if I have to ship anything. Although you know my work, it's very, very small. Love these as well. You know, give me a vintage envelope with a postmark stamp, whether they're real or acrylic. Now they are on vintage envelopes, so the painting is on legit envelopes. I just think these are just so wonderful. And then I think my favorite of the bunch is this one. I just think that is sensational. And there's one other one here. Yeah, so being home and being able to exhibit is just so nice. I love this series as well. The gallery is from Cape Town. But I thought even with the shadows that are coming from the glass, these are just quite gorgeous. These are all charcoal and chalk. Really beautiful. Oh, I absolutely love these. This is a new artist with this gallery. I spoke with a person here before. The surfaces here, I mean, do they speak to me or do they speak to me? You don't need to answer that question. It was redundant. Of course they speak to me. It's Pierre Delcourt. It's acrylic on paper, mounted on wood. And I do that often. I mount my paper on wood, but I am just going to get lost in this surface. These marks speak to me. And the coloration, there's just something. I feel like I could walk into this world of that and be very happy. But just wait, there's more. And I love that the edges, real estate from framed paintings that are rarely used are integrated into the paintings. Acrylic on paper, mounted on wood. Again, so beautiful. All right, we're almost done, my friends. We're gonna walk back, end up at my booth, and I'm gonna get ready for the crowds. It's the Saturday of the 4-day fair, so we know it's gonna be a good day. The attendance here has been off the charts. Opening night every year, it is pure zaniness with literally, and I kid you not, the entire area being filled with people. There are photographs that I've posted where you see the entire rows, wall-to-wall people, and that's not even an exaggeration. Again, the entrance, and I thank you for visiting Art on Paper with me. The upstairs, which is not being used, but it's the perfect place to climb to get the bird's eye view. And then we're back to Booksmart. And where the magic's gonna happen today. I wish you all were closer and all could come here, because it's just such a good experience to see one of these huge art fairs, and I would love for you all to visit me as well. And a big thank you for taking this walk with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please leave a comment. Let me know if you see something that you really like, something that resonated with you. If you have any questions, let me know. One last view of my small but mighty table. And I thank you so much for joining me. Bye now.